Where's my child support money? I'll give it to you after everybody in this chat fucking Twitch Primes, okay? I'm fucking working here. Better do Twitch Prime than Twitch Crime, all right? Why is there a mod here I was gonna do? No, Joe Sniffy is a crime mod. In fact, if you don't do crimes while Joe is here, he'll ban you. I'm pirating this live stream. Good man. Or woman. I'm pirating foreign music. Only if you're pirating Numa Numa Yay. That's a foreign banger. You wouldn't download serotonin. You shouldn't. Imagine if you just had a fucking serotonin button. You'd think that would be good, but then you'd fucking explode. You'd die. Wouldn't be good. Imagine if you got weed from rocks, and then you could say, I smoke rocks. It's just called doing crack, Jules. Listen, I've seen Breaking Bad. Crystal meth can also be rocks that you smoke, okay? Kinda saw a show about it. We actually just watched through all of Breaking Bad. Probably one of the greatest TV shows to ever exist, ever. I really want to watch The Wire. That's a show that I have not seen, and I've heard only godlike things about it. Jeffrey Dahmer series looks kind of dope. Never really been in a Netflix series. It's wild to me, like, how much the Jeffrey Dahmer series is, like, pissing people off. Because, like, a lot of people are, like, wearing Jeffrey Dahmer merch, you know? People fucking wearing Jeffrey Dahmer merch, being like, what? I love Jeffrey Dahmer. Why are we so excited about a serial killer rather than the people who, like, fucking help take him down? Jeffrey Dahmer mommy. I don't think people idolize him. I think he's like an icon, right? It's a morbid curiosity. Yes. The last thing that, like, really fucking rubbed me the wrong way was the Boston Marathon bombing. Because the way they were just, like, plastering his face everywhere, it's so fucked up. Burning question of if people are born evil or just turn out that way. Well, it's examples of both. My first reason for wanting to go into psychology wasn't because of wanting to help people with ADHD or autism or whatever. It was really kind of more along the lines of, like, I truly believed that most people are fucked up because of their nurture rather than their nature, you know? I couldn't believe that some people are just wired that way. I very quickly learned that that is the case. Like, there are absolutely cases where you can give somebody the support that they need so that they don't become a fucking psychopath. But a lot of the time, it's in their wiring. But, like, I wanted to believe that, like, there was work to be done to actually help somebody. So then it started becoming kind of more of a, like, how do I help? I'm very interested in psychology, and I noticed that one of the most misunderstood and common ailments that led to a lot of frustration and a lot of feeling of seclusion and stuff was ADHD. Because in the 90s, ADHD was rampant, and it still is, but there was a stigma with ADHD. I mean, ADHD, because of its name, was really, like, touted as just, like, this, like, kids are unable to pay attention to things, when ADHD is so much more about executive functioning. Isn't ADHD similar in autism? Yeah, they're very different. It's easy to look at a kid who's not really fitting in or excelling in school and give them one of those two things based on very little evidence. And especially with ADHD, autism that was the one that I almost felt like was going to be the next ADHD, because everyone was getting diagnosed with ADHD. There was, like, a South Park episode about it where they're all like, oh, get your kid diagnosed for ADHD and fucking put them on Ritalin and then they'll just be great. So all the parents were trying to get all their kids on Ritalin, and it felt scarily accurate to me. I think it's harder to get an ADHD diagnosis than it used to be, which I think is good. But now I think autism is a little bit too broad a net. And that's not to say that somebody without autism gets diagnosed with autism. It's more that I feel with the current DSM, it's too vague. At this point, it just feels like anybody with any amount of learning disability that couldn't otherwise be specified with any other diagnosis is just, you could just be autistic. That's it. You're done. You have autism. Congratulations. And what do you do with autism? You shouldn't be trying to cure autism. You should be trying to help somebody who's autistic structure their lives in a way that they can thrive and have a fulfilling life. But what if it is something that, like, could benefit from, like, what if they have ADHD? That they could benefit from taking a medicine that allows them to deal with their struggles a little bit better. TikTok self-diagnoses are oh my God. And I know, and, like, that shit, and, like, People faking Tourette syndrome and stuff for TikTok views. It's disgusting because it really hurts the people that are trying, who actually suffer from these things and are trying to live their lives in a way that allows them to feel fulfilled. 90s, early 2000s, ADHD was a very popular diagnosis, you know, for other reasons. Now it's like, I feel like it's almost approaching like a fad state. But like, it's tough because, for example, do some people become trans because their friends do it? The answer is yes. Does that mean that all people who become trans are doing it for that reason? Absolutely fucking not. You know, it's the same thing with ADHD to, I think, a much lesser degree. Some people are horrifically debilitated by the fact that their issues that come from ADHD, it harms their life. It makes it really hard for them to live. In much the same way that some people who really feel like they're born in the wrong gender or they're born in the wrong body for any reason really fucks them up. Really causes a lot of depression, and some people won't ever understand that because they've never had to feel anything similar to that. I've never felt anything similar to that, but I can imagine what it'd be like to not feel that and how fucking awful that would be. That's the point of view that I try to have about just all states that somebody could be in. Just because you don't have a capacity to be able to like imagine what that would be like doesn't mean it doesn't exist, you know? It just feels like closing your eyes and be like, oh, that doesn't exist. I really wish that we would specify, like trying to find patterns, you know, instead of trying to catch everything with the widest net possible. Yes, and that's huge too, Lotus. Some people are more likely to come out because they have friends who came out and thus started realizing things about themselves. Right. So does that mean that they're only doing it because their friends are doing it and they're, you know, going through, you know, hormone replacement therapy and stuff like that? Like, that shit sucks, man. There's no way you ever can, but they don't have to understand it. Yeah, that's a beautiful way to put it, Master Gohan. Like, just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You can be empathic towards people who struggle with this shit, you know? Because you would want people to be empathetic to you. But I feel like people start getting really touchy when it starts controlling them. I think when people are like, I will get in trouble if I use the wrong pronoun or something like that, that's when they start feeling like attacked. I think there's a point at which the person who is, you know, requesting a different pronoun is kind of like, yeah, but I've felt attacked my whole fucking life, you know? Some people are so like, have so much sensitivity towards doing something wrong, right? Especially people, I feel like, you know, I don't think people who are conservative are always the ones, you know? I don't think it's a political thing at all. I just feel like people who are conservative, just by definition, like to do things the way that they are, right? And they probably like the rules because they can follow them. Yeah, and it's interesting too because, you know, one of the things that comes along with ADHD is rejection sensitivity dysphoria, which, yeah, I mean, that shit makes a lot of sense. I feel like everybody can be sensitive to rejection, and if you have a dysphoria to it, you can understand that, like, wow, imagine my rejection sensitivity, but like on crack. I think it illustrates like how far somebody's willing to go for the comfort of you. And I mean, if you're kind of like trying to figure out like, is this a person that I want to have in my life? Or are they going to, you know, be respectful to keeping me comfortable? Or are they going to pitch a fit about the pronouns that I want to use? It's kind of like, well, it's a good indicator, I guess. A big takeaway from the subject is I definitely think we're getting too general with diagnoses. And I think a big part of that comes from everybody thinking that they have everything. It's not a bad thing to just not have problems that answer all of your issues. I'm definitely going through a do I have ADHD or am I just lazy phase. I would recommend seeing a professional. There are plenty now. You can even do it online. You can find somebody who will give you a diagnosis through like a telehealth kind of a thing. And, you know, it'll be rough and expensive and horrible, but you'll learn how to make your life good if you're having issues. I think a lot of people like in this time where ADHD is getting less stigmatized are starting to wonder if they have it because they exhibit signs that somebody with ADHD might complain about. The problem is, like, at least ADHD has some, some pretty, like, strict guidelines, you know? You have to have very specific difficulties to be diagnosed with ADHD, at least by the DSM standard. Autism is a little bit more open, and that's because autism is way more complicated. There's like a pattern, you know, with people who have ADHD diagnoses. There's not like ASD-specific meds. Well, the thing with ASD is I don't think that we should be trying to cure it. There are superhuman talents that you can do that people who don't have it would have a difficult time, and I think there's a place for that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be different. I mean, that's why like for people with depression like or anxiety, they'll take like SNRIs or SSRIs, have depressant effects on people with ADHD. Yeah, it like almost like calms them down, right? The thing with SSRIs and SNRIs is like when you start messing with, you know, the dopamine, serotonin, and stuff like that, like serotonin is not just a mood stabilizer. You know, serotonin also has to do with your digestion, and these neurons kind of work more like puzzle pieces. They have like different things that they do. It's not just like more serotonin equals more happy. I think people keep forgetting about the fact that we don't know fucking anything about our brains yet. I mean, I think people look at like SSRIs and as like a USB stick that goes into your brain and makes you happier, and a lot of times it just kind of makes you duller. I hope you guys take away that there doesn't need to be anything wrong with you, no matter what everybody fucking tells you. Fucking like, oh, you can't deal with school, then you definitely fucking have OCD, you definitely have ODD, you definitely have ADHD, you definitely have these nuts. A shit ton of Adderall to improve speedrunning. Bro, I was prescribed Adderall. I will say I was. I think I've mentioned it before, because I was diagnosed with ADHD, and let me tell you, I do not have ADHD. When I took Adderall, I just felt high, and I cleaned everything. I got like such a fucking buzz from like organizing like my school supplies by alphabet. Did that help me? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit better in school. Not a whole lot. Yeah, kid who likes Banjo-Kazooie, give him meth. That's what they did to me. Upbringing and a healthy child. There is no fucking direct link. Otherwise, I think we would have seen patterns by now. If there was a thing, you know, we would have figured it out. But no, it's not simply gun control. It's not simply getting psychological help. It's not simply fucking Grand Theft Auto. It's not simply Marilyn Manson. It's a little bit more complicated than that.